I came from a reading family. My father was in the publishing business. They read to me, I read to the children. Putting your arms around your child and reading to them is maybe one of the most satisfactory, happy moments of my life.
Former First Lady Barbara Bush there, but what if you are a parent who cannot read? The impact can be devastating. With us now for more on this, Dr. Alice Wilder. She's been an innovator in the digital field, including Emmy award-winning television programs like Tumbleleaf and Creative Galaxy, also Blue's Clues, which a lot of parents are familiar with. Also with us, Liza McFadden. She is the CEO of the Barbara Bush Foundation. It's great to have you both with us here.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, so Liza, let's start with you. We're talking about family literacy, and as I was researching this segment, I was pretty shocked to find out the large number of Americans who don't have the level of literacy that you might expect. Talk about how low literacy is impacting this country and what you guys are doing to work on that.
Absolutely. Well, about 36 million or 10% of Americans have low literacy skills, and they're reading probably at less than a 5th grade reading level. So it's everyone that you meet on a day-to-day basis, and you don't realize that they're struggling with it. It could be folks that are unemployed, right? But it could also be people that are driving your child to school, and folks that you meet, they're maybe cutting your hair or doing something else, and the impact for them in their lives can be pretty devastating. It's things like they're trying to do their email, they don't know how to organize it into boxes. They want to have a prescription for their child, and what's the likelihood that they're going to give the right medication. So those kinds of things are devastating to a parent. And so what we're trying to do is break that stigma. You know, it's okay if you didn't get a high school diploma, and it's not too late to learn to read, learn another language, and get your high school diploma. And we offer classes, and that's a big part of what we're about.
And also any parent knows how critical it is to be able to read with your children as well, to share that, just like Barbara Bush talked about in that video we played right there. And you also want to break that cycle, so if a parent has a low literacy level, they can learn to read and then read to their child. And Dr. Wilder, this is something that you worked on your entire career. Yeah. Getting kids to read more, teaching them new ways. You've been very successful in the TV field, but also you're using new technology also to help kids learn how to read. Talk about that.
Yeah. It's a super exciting time in the world of learning and technology. Really what we know is that learning theory, the best practices, are enhanced by digital technology. So in the world of literacy, I make, for example, Speakaboos, which is a digital literacy platform. We're able to actually incorporate the best of learning theory and learning theory practices into our product. And what we're seeing is that we can actually create a appealing and comprehensible story that impacts kids in such a way that they want to go read more.
So parents shouldn't necessarily be scared of the technology, they should welcome it in. You know, a lot of times parents can be a little bit averse if they want to, you know, say, let's put the iPad or the phone down, but there are tools there that can actually help them.
Yeah, that's true. But on the side of parents, content matters, right? And how the product is created. So I'm really appreciative for all the work that the Barbara Bush Literacy Foundation is doing to bring this to light, because while there are a lot of product makers, and there's at least over 65,000 apps in the Apple Store that say are for kids and say they're educational, are they really educational? And how can parents and teachers look at that content and make good decisions?
And that's just another example. I mean, now, Liza, kids are so into their technology, too. The parents need to be able to monitor it as well. And if you're at a low literacy rate, that's just one more example of how getting up to speed on that can help make sure you're monitoring this content.
Absolutely. There's a lot of research out there right now that's showing you can have kids in a library and they have the same resources, but if a parent or someone that isn't there to guide them on how to use those resources, they might just go to the games and not learn. And so that's part of our message is education technology is awesome, support it, but be a parent who knows how to support it.
Yeah, there's a fine line there sometimes. Now, if folks want to get more involved with the Barbara Bush Foundation, the Literacy Foundation, what can they do?
Well, one thing they can do is go to helpthemread.org or to our barbarabush.org website and sign up to advocate, because we need advocates, and we appreciate that. So that would be the first stop.
Yeah, lots of great information on the website, and you know, again, some information that folks might be a little bit surprised to learn, just where we stand in this country with literacy and the room for improvement, let's say, on where things are. Ladies, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Learned a lot about this and why it's so important that we all kind of get up to speed and make sure that information gets out there. Liza McFadden, thanks for being with us. Dr. Wilder, pleasure too. And keep those programs coming. I know my daughter enjoys a lot of them as well. All right. More to come here on Newsmax now, guys, when we come right back. You've heard the headlines already. So what would the late night comics say about them? Your favorite segment of the day, most of you anyway. Headlines and punchlines is coming up. Yes, we have Sarah Palin in there. Don't worry about that. Also, it's not too late to hear from you. What do you think about the new endorsements for Senator Ted Cruz? Rick Perry, the former Texas governor, weighing in. We'll get to some of your comments on those coming up a little bit after the break as well. You're watching Newsmax now. Stick around.